What screams, "I'm insecure"? Putting someone down in a group conversation to make themselves seem better. In my engineering class last semester, I was basically put in a group to give a few solutions to a problem. I made a suggestion and one person in my group was like, "Wow, that's a bad idea," and I basically just shut up for the rest of the thing. Then when all the groups presented their solutions, of course they all had variations of my bad idea and I internally face-palmed so f'.n.g. Hard. Edit. And to clarify, yes, the professor thought it was a great solution. Joke. How many engineers does it take to change a light bulb? 1 to change it and 3 that say they wouldn't have done it that way. I am an engineer and I approve this message. I wouldn't have approved it that way. The converse is how you know who's secure. They big others up on purpose, throwing around genuine compliments and telling positive stories about their friends/colleagues without trying to get credit themselves. Fishing for compliments. Nothing annoys me more. OMG, this reply sucks. Does it suck? OMG, I'm so bad I suck. Silence. When somebody can't stop badmouthing others. I was skimming comments and thought this said people who can't stop mouth breathing, then closed my mouth, lol. Most aggressive mouth breathers are definitely not insecure. Edit. Damn, y'all got some sad septums. Pointing out someone's flaws as a joke or a way to look cool. I do that, to myself, with myself. Aw man, you did it again. Look at this effing idiot. Must be pregnant because they missed a period at the end of their sentence. People never shutting up about their IQ. My IQ is below 40 AMA. You like rock better stick? Is mayonnaise an instrument? But, Mensa. Edit. Thank you for my award. A parent of a child I teach is in Mensa and she's convinced that means she can teach him better than us. I'm in Mensa and I think is a prefix to everything she says when we try to put anything in place for him. Why should his less than 50% attendance be a problem? His mother's in Mensa. That means he'll learn more at home, never mind that he's 10 and can't count or read. IQ is not success guarantee. That poor child. I've only met 2 bona fide, certified geniuses. One was weird as hell. No girlfriend, no family. He did manage to make a lot of money in a strange way, buying and selling rare paper currencies et al. Talking to him, or rather listening to him, was rather exhausting. You couldn't pay me to be like him. The other was cool as a breeze. He seemed genuinely happy and was constantly amused by the endless foibles of the humans and situations around him. I've met a lot, worked at a top research institute for a while. And before anybody thinks I'm bragging, I wasn't doing the research. Almost all of them were extremely socially awkward and standoffish. One of them could only function wearing 2 different socks and carrying a teddy bear around, and his parents still drove him to work. He was 47. My grandfather invented a polymer for NASA and could translate like 40 languages. Guess what? He was the biggest butthole I've ever known, and even with his brain could barely stay at a place for more than 5 years because he was such a butthole. Being a genius really isn't a great thing in my experience. Thank God I didn't get anything from him. And before anybody thinks I'm bragging, I wasn't doing the research. But at least the treats you got for pressing the button were good, right? Yeah, I have a distaste for that too. Fortunately, I'm much more acute than a lot of other Homo sapiens who just aren't as fortunate as I to develop such a well-perceptive disposition. Inconceivable that such incomprehension could draw breath in this world, but not surprising that I consider them so simple-minded. I mean, I am very apt, so it's no surprise that they couldn't reach my level knowledge. Yeah, honestly, I'm even sometimes surprised by my own intelligence and learning ability. Someone referred to other people as mere mortals in a Reddit reply to me once. Yikes. Mere mortals and vile fiends, and others of such ilk are fantastic phrases that we should almost never have an opportunity to use. I love sprinkling fun phrases into my speech or my writing, but saying mere mortals and pretending that it doesn't apply to myself as well as everyone else is just sad. I like using mere mortals, but I include myself in that. GR8B8M8. IR888. No H8, time to masturbate. Don't H8 meditate. Or their achievements. What's your gamer score? Constantly having to post how amazing your relationship is. My sister-in-law does this, and then boom, she broke up with whoever the hell cares and proceeds to post a bunch of those inspirational quotes about how the most caring, soft-hearted people get taken advantage of, and then they turn into the coldest, hardest person you know. 5 kids. It isn't that bad for marrying 32 guys so far. Edit. Thanks for the awards. God, people who claim to be empaths and are stuck in their victim complexes, they're just callous buttholes. Yeah, I had one of these break my heart recently. Thought she was my best friend, turns out she was just looking to vent her crap. Taught me boundaries though, so got to thank her for that one. Cheers 2021. Only took me 35 years. This. I read a tweet and some guy said he was an alpha empath, whatever the F that is. Who says crap like that, lol? Honestly, I'm the most humble person you'll ever meet. I've legit heard someone say that at church. It was a group of Jehovah's Witness men in their early 20s having a humble off. One guy started it with, "I'm probably the humblest person I know," and it just escalated from there. I'm so glad I'm no longer in that weird cult. I can't imagine the trouble they having after a breakup. They have to delete everything from social media. It is awesome. Much better than yours. You can tell because I post about it every day. Yup, it almost always hides something behind the scenes. I would rather just keep it real. Yeah, only couples I ever see constantly posting about how wonderful and amazing their partner is are the ones in crafty relationships. It's like how real entrepreneurs just stay quiet and focused on working and earning money, not selling courses on how to get rich quick by selling courses or drop shipping. Reading this whole thread and praying none of the answers apply to me. This is the first post I read. It applies to me. Damn it. I feel so targeted. Stop being me, damn it. People that constantly need to tell you to remind you of any of the following: that they make a lot of money, that they get laid all the time, how hard they work out / how much they can bench, that they can drink alcohol / do drugs to excess and everyone else is a lightweight, that they've won a lot of fights. Broke, haven't been laid in a year, can't bench more than 120, get crap-faced off a few Bud Lights and got my ass kicked in every fight I've been in, cool face, cool face. This dude has a huge cock. I haven't been laid in over 4 years and have a small cock. The drugs one is true though. Small cock gang. Are you getting your perspective from science or from porn? Because the median size of an erect penis is 13 centimeters or 5.1 inches. And 80% of the whole population of men are +/2 centimeters or +/less than an inch from that. So if you're comparing yourself to porn, you're comparing yourself with less than 5% of the whole human race. AKA freaks. Also, if you're overweight, there's less penis to stand out from your body, fat in the pelvic area. So you can easily gain an inch or 2 by losing weight. Alu. You have a mouth and you have hands. A penis is nice but, it's just a small part of the ordeal. You put butter on toast but butter isn't toast. Mine is just below average but you are a legend. Posting 15 times a day about your life on social media. Secure people don't need to seek validation for everything they do. I have a friend I love dearly, but good God does she Facebook constantly, for paragraphs, about things that could have been dealt with in a fraction of the space. So angry. What's up, hun? Don't matter, ain't saying it on here. Defuke? Or could be dealt with in person versus online at all. I never understand how people can be so open about their lives on social media. There's a threshold to everything and most people in my feed exceed it uncomfortably too much. It sucks how people are running after thousands of followers and then don't get likes on their pictures because 90% of their followers are absolute strangers. Acting like you're so much busier than everyone else. I have a coworker who pretends to talk on the phone with people, always emails everybody at 10 p.m. to make it look like he's working late, constantly complains about how much is on his plate, etc. He feels the need to constantly be validating his worth to everyone. We've got a guy like that at work, constantly telling everyone every meeting about pulling 20-hour days. Managing director looked him in the eye and told him in front of everyone that perhaps he needs to work on his time management skills if everyone else can get their similar or bigger workloads done in a reasonable time and have a life. I and a few others couldn't help but laugh out loud. ETA, guy in question is an arrogant prick who constantly talks down to everyone. MD is an amazing leader and is very much for work/life balance and ensuring our work environment is excellent. After many terrible toxic workplaces, I feel like I hit a goldmine here. I have a colleague who does the same very specialized job as me at work. He's constantly talking about pulling all-nighters and working 16-hour days for weeks. He mentions it in every conversation, with a sort of hail corporate vibe. We do the same thing, we split the same pot of work. I work hard, get my stuff done, and then pretty much cruise doing emails until it's time to log out, WFH. I don't think he realizes that constantly working overtime to finish a standard workload only garners praise from management if they can't see other people not struggling with the same workload. I get that sometimes there are projects with tight deadlines and there may be the occasional 50 to 60 hour week to get it delivered on time. But if I do 250+ hour weeks back to back, I get burned out and my productivity goes down the drain. Working while burned out, you do 3 hours of work to finish what you could have done in 1 hour working at peak performance, ends up taking longer to finish the basic stuff and then you fall behind on other tasks, turning into a vicious cycle. Not worth it to sacrifice health for dollars in the long term. Especially when they have the same job as you. When I taught as a grad student we were supposed to work under 30 hours per week on teaching. Gee, I wonder how they settled on that number. One colleague constantly talked about how she went well over that every week. I thought, one of us must be really bad at this job because most weeks I didn't work half of that and, not to brag, but according to Radami professor, I was a substantially better teacher. When she said she worked 50+ a week around an administrator he told her she should file a formal complaint, she got real quiet after that. Oh, but on the week, when we had to grade final papers it did always take well over 30 hours. I didn't count, but in her defense, 1 hour reading freshman rhetorical analyses feels like decades. Edit, now I feel kind of bad. In her defense, the workload varied so much that it probably averaged out to 30 hours per week. And she did put in a lot of hours, was dedicated to the job, and I presume met the course outcomes. I just got sick of hearing about it. Plus being overworked and stressed from putting in unpaid overtime, that your boss doesn't want and specifically urges against on the first day of training, doesn't have the same effect when you're spending it grading assignments on a syllabus you wrote and overloaded yourself and have no reason to keep using every single semester. Unrelated question, as a grad student do you get paid? Or is it just considered part of your education and therefore costs you money? Me when I'm with my therapist. He's a bit hard of hearing. Could you repeat that please? Me when I'm with my therapist. He's a bit hard of hearing. Smart as Gary indeed. Always having to be the center of attention. Some people are just naturally the center of attention. Other people are insecure because they have never been the center of attention, nor will they ever be. Edit, got my first gold. Thanks. I think the key here is having to be. Some people are naturally charming and secure in themselves, they will end up drawing attention. Those people usually also notice that they are doing it and will redirect that attention to others, ask them questions, get everyone involved in whatever is going on. They naturally become the center of attention, but they share it. These folks are not insecure. Then there's the people who demand everyone pay attention to them. Tropes that come to mind are the overly sexual, overly braggy, over-the-top people who will always direct the focus back to themselves. There's your insecure people. I just think it's a subtle difference, but an important distinction. Or they hate attention. Anyone who deletes a post and then re-upload it at a later time, because it didn't get enough reactions. What about posting and then just deleting and never posting again because of an irrational belief that no one will react at all? Sounds about right. Make a post, gets no reaction within 5 minutes, so I delete it and hope that nobody saw it. Wait, people notice that? Yes. Yes, we do. Unless the post is a question that they still want answers, then I think that makes sense. I'm thinking of Reddit posts. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.